There's this philosopher called Bertrand Russell. I hope I'm getting that right, but he used to be a very depressed man. He dealt with suicide most of his life. He hated life, but for some reason he didn't kill himself. And he said the reason was because his desire to learn mathematics was greater. And later on, he explains that people might have depression or no will to live because they hate the world that they're in. Where he argues the current state of the world, right? Oh, this is bad, corruption, and the world's ending, and global warming, and the animals, and then you have no will to live anymore on this dump. Now he's saying that it might be that you're upset with your current life, right? Which makes you upset. And because you are upset in this negative mindset, that you only search for negative things anyway, right? So if you're negative and you're down and you're moody and you have a shitty life, maybe due to parents, maybe financially, and negativity is the forefront of your life, of course you're going to see that in the world, right? That's why when people are successful and have money, they tend to see only the good things in life, right? And then you say, well, they have money. Well, yeah, that's kind of the end goal. You want to set your life up in a way that it's manageable, tolerable, enjoyable. Of course they are suffering, you know? Even if you're rich, your mom's gonna die. Even if you're rich, your company can go bankrupt. Even if you're rich, you can get some sort of disease, right? Or syndrome. Even if you're rich, you're dealing with all the same problems. But they're excited for tomorrow because they might have the possibility and chance or option to make it better. And I think that's the goal of life. You need to find a desire to make this dump better. And this desire should be focused on finding a skill, right? Finding a skill and an interest, and then aiming your life at it, dedicating your life at it. This is, I think, mainly aimed at men as well, because I think a big purpose for women is just birthing and nurturing and raising the upcoming generation. That is like a top priority, but women can do this as well. But I'm talking to men mainly. You need to find a way to save the planet. And not like, I want world peace. I want to save everything. No, there's probably something in your heart that hurts you when you see it. Maybe it's the homeless. Maybe it's nature. Maybe it's the educational system. Maybe it's the food. Maybe it's how things are being handled in the government. There's something in you that triggers you, that makes you mad, that bugs you, which is a sign that you don't like it and maybe you should change it. And I believe that you should dedicate your life at saving that one thing. And let's say you become a billionaire, maybe, then you can expand out and try to save more things. But these activists or these teens and people in university, they want to save the planet. But the planet is just a big project. So pick one thing. Save the bees, homeless, corrupt, some sort of government section, the music industry, film. I don't know. Choose one thing. Your heart will tell you which it is. Then build a skill, self-education, right? Upgrade your mind, your knowledge. Don't listen to what's being fed to you. Try to find your own source of information and knowledge. Compare it, build your own opinion, and then try to make the world better. Because I could sit here and just sitting here and thinking about my life and thinking about the world and thinking about the state I'm in and thinking about tomorrow and thinking about my bills today, and it's negative. It's always negative. It's always shitty. It's not gonna get better, you know? So the goal is to force yourself to get better and then make everything around you better. But yeah, we wish we were born into a utopia, but we weren't. And if we were, it'd be flippin' boring. So you might not be depressed because the world is awful. You might just be depressed because the circle you're in is horrible. Your friends might be ass. Your parents might be ass. You have no fucking money. Maybe you're just off to a horrible start. Now you can sit on that, cry on that, say you were cursed, spend 80 years chewing that over, deteriorating, withering away in your sorrow, literally sleeping in your own urine, basically, cold, embarrassed, gross, nasty, your whole life. And you still might be right. You're right. It's ass. You're right. Everything you're telling me is true. But the truth is, your life is ass. You're suffering. You're sitting there, and it's not getting better. And there's a success story. I say this all the time. There's a success story for any type of person in the world. Anybody. Any country. Any upbringing. Abusive parents. No parents. One parent. Black, white, Asian. There's a success story for anybody. So someone did it already. Now you just got to do it. And it's going to be hard. But I'd rather try than not try. And I'd rather fail while trying than failing while never trying. Because it at least gives you something to do. Right? I guess you could sit here and play video games and go to your work, be depressed, come home, play video games. And then that's your life. And then you get addicted to more sin, gluttony, and lust and sloth. And then you just rot away and you have a fucked life mindset. Or you say to yourself, you know what, it's fucking shitty now, and I'm gonna be in this shit for another 5 to 10 years, but I might have the chance to catapult out of this. And achieve something and be someone. And maybe even if you just help your community. You know? And if people like you and respect you and appreciate your skill and your value and what you're offering, and you feel like you're being loved for what you offer, that feeling of the world is horrible is going to go away. It's going to go away. And there's different types of depression, right? So you might just be on an awful diet, right? You might just be eating such bad food that your body isn't used to, that your mind is just fucking going AWOL, right? You're just pumping pesticides, colorings, sugars, oil, processed stuff, unheard of to the natural human creature, into your system. The system's converting that into cells, energy. You're making energy out of garbage, and that is what fuels you. So of course your thoughts are negative, your allergies might be negative, your whole body just becomes negative. And then you say, well, they can do it. Well, yeah, other people are other people. Some people can eat McDonald's their entire life or drink Coca-Cola and they don't get fat. Other people eat a potato and they get fat. So don't compare yourself. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And then they're going to label you with stuff like IBS or food allergies. Listen, it's not a food allergy. It's not IBS. It's I'm normal. I'm literally, my body is telling me don't eat this junk. I'm not immune to it yet. Because I think humans will get immune to these pesticides and shit over years. On some people's stomach acid and digestion can solve it. I can't. I know people who can't. You probably know people who are on a strict diet, who have IBS or take pills. But clean up the diet. It will change your life. It'll change your mind. It'll change your sleep. It'll change your outlook on life. And I know these foods are pleasures and they make you feel good because you are depressed. But it's like a cigarette. The next cigarette, your current cigarette sets you up for the next one. It drags you down, right? so that you want to crave the next one. And that's what food is about. It causes you to be slow and slumped, and then you go and get your kick from food again, from shitty food. And it's not something you just quit. Oh, I'm quitting bad foods. Oh, I'm quitting the cigarette. It's a fight. It's a battle. It's going to be hard. It's going to be shitty. It's going to be awful. But that's just what fucking war is about. And the biggest war is against yourself, right? The biggest battle is against yourself. Wait. It's not my wallpaper anymore, but literally that's what my wallpaper is. It just says the hardest battle you're ever going to face is the battle against yourself. And that's just true. It's a battle. You're not going to just go up to Satan and be like, hey, Satan, I'm quitting today. I'm taking a day off. I'm not going to be slothing around, lusting around. I'm not going to be gluttonous. I quit. It's not going to happen. You have to sharpen your sword. You have to run into battle. You're going to get cut. You're going to bleed. You're going to cry. You're going to suffer. It's going to suck. But the end goal is, hopefully, you defeat the bastard. And it might take your entire life. You might be sober for 3 months and fall back into it. You might be sober for 3 years and fall back into it. But you can never give up. And depression is just another attack from Satan trying to waste your life away. And God has put you in a situation that he wants you to overcome and get out of and drag yourself out. And those people are always stronger than the people who were born into a perfect life. If you were born into a perfect life, these kids suffer too. You might think they have everything, but they're also alone. They're also sad. They have everything, and that's also not nice. If you have everything, there's nothing that you want or attain. There's no goals. It's just boring. It's monotone. But when you have nothing, you wish you had everything. And when you have everything, you wish you could find something that brings you joy. That's why these corrupt people who have everything in the world, who print money, they just start wars because they're bored. They just want to gain something like power because they can buy everything. There is no other need to live, so let's just invade countries. That's literally what it is. Or they're going to get depressed because they're too dumb to find some other purpose. So, yeah, you need to switch that mindset. You got to be like, this is bad. I need to get out of it. And if I don't, I'm fucked. And if I get out of it, I'm going to be stronger than all the people who didn't get out of it, who didn't have the battle, right? Makes you stronger. Yeah, I'm no doctor, right? So, but this is what I've read, this is what I've experienced with my emotions and my downs and my phases of being locked to my bed, being unmotivated, being sad, being negative to myself. And I've also had great periods in my life where I'm just a productive machine. Where I'm like, if I had a lot of money and a good team, I'd be grinding. I'd be a billionaire. But you need to set yourself up for that. And it takes time. And God has given everyone the gift of creativity and imagination. And with that, and a little bit of awareness of what's to come, you guys can do it. You guys can do it. Stay strong, brethrens. Stay strong. And observe, love, create, right?